Who's ready for a cat day haul? Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, my name is Lizzie and I'm a Disney plush collector from the UK. So happy Tuesday. I hope you're all having a great start to your week and a great start to April. We are here with a very exciting plush haul. These are the Cat Day plushes that released on the 17th of February on Disney Store UK. They released in the American parks a long time before that, but they'd sold out by the time my friends Laura and Jodie went because they were extremely popular. I think this and the Sakura collection, and if you didn't see that, I'll leave a card up above to that video, were the first instances of the US getting the Disney Store Japan plushes in stores. I know they've also had the B collection as well that we got last year, but we've been getting Japan plushes on the Disney Store UK website for a lot longer, and I feel very grateful for that. But it was weeks and weeks until we got them. I was starting to worry that I'd never be able to own them, and obviously the Aristocats is one of my favourite movies, so I had to get my hands on them somehow. I was even looking at Bello Shop HK, but they'd sold out on there, so I knew the day these released I had to get them. Now, I strictly speaking couldn't afford them, so I ordered the keychains first, and then my mum ordered the regular plushes for me, so thank you to my mum for doing that. 2 of the regular plushes are still in stock, and then all of the keychains have sold out, so I did the right thing buying them on the day they released. I would always recommend that because you just don't know what's going to sell out. You may be thinking, why did I buy the plushes and the keychains? And that is simply because I think they look similar enough that I need to own both for my Aristocats collection. So I'm not going to do this like a traditional plush review because they are all identical, they are all the same price point, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think they're worth the money because the keychains were £16, and I've said in the past I think this is a really good price because plush companies like Jellycat, for example, charge £23 for their plush keychains, so I think 16 and it's come from Japan is just a brilliant price because I wouldn't be able to go onto Bello Shop HK and order them from Japan and get them here for cheaper than what Disney have priced them as. And then the kitty plushes were £28 each, and they are 28 centimetres, which we are going to check. So if they are 28 centimetres, I'm quite happy at that price point because that is the typical price point that they've been putting these Japan Disney Store plushes as. They are roughly 1 centimetre per pound, which is quite steep, but like I say, try and get these plushes yourselves without paying more than you've paid on the Disney Store UK. If someone's already on holiday in Florida and picks them up for you, possibly cheaper. If you've got an annual pass, definitely cheaper, but you would need to have already booked a trip. Like, no one's going to book a trip to go and get these plushes, although if I had the means and the money I would have because I wanted these that badly. But let's get into the haul of them. I'm going to start with the completely sold out keychains. If you didn't see my unbagging of these, I will leave a card up above. I was really excited to get them, and they came in the smallest little bag. I thought they might come in a box because of the actual keychain element to it, but I was wrong. They did come in little baggies, which I've took them out of. So you've got Marie. She's kind of sat looking off to the side, bending her head away, and then her paws are all in front of her, and she's got a pink bow at the back. I hate that the silver tag is almost as big as she is, so I'm going to take that off. And I think before I display them in my Aristocats shelf, I'm going to cut off these tush tags because I am actually thinking of putting something on the shelf that I can hang them from, like a command hook or something like that, so I wouldn't want the tush tag to dangle down. But she's really soft, really detailed. Her eyes and her whiskers and her eyebrows are embroidered on. They could have easily been screen printed for a keychain, but I love that Disney Store Japan takes more pride in their plushes than the rest of the world, basically. Then we've got Toulouse again. I'm just going to get his tag off. I'm not parting with these because it's literally one of my favourite films. So again, he's looking off to the side. He's got his big blue bow and a big ginger bushy tail. He's got his little tush tags, which I will cut off, and again embroidery on his face. I just think they're really beautiful, and £16 isn't a bad price at all for them. And finally Toulouse, let's take his tag off. So again, he's looking off to the side, and he's got a big red bow and a grey bushy tail, and he's got embroidered features. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. They aren't as soft as the bigger plushes, which I imagine is to keep costs down, because if you use that same plush material, it's probably more expensive than what they've used on the keychains, but they are absolutely gorgeous. And look how cute they look all together. And for scale, these are about 14 centimeters high. So £16 for a 14 centimeter plush that's also got a metal wear clasp for you to put on your bag is a good price, I think. And then we've got the bigger plushes. These were £28 each, so it was a very expensive day to get all 6 of these, but I'm so glad I did, because Toulouse has actually sold out, so they've only got Marie and Berlioz left. So here's Marie. She's also sat off to the side. But she's posed differently than her keychain. So her keychain kind of has her front paws higher up, and the big plush has the front paws sitting on the floor in front of her back paws. And I can justify getting both, if you know what I mean. They don't look close enough together for me to be like, oh, I've already got it. But she's a much softer plush. She's got a fluffy little mane, but then the main plush is what we expect from the Disney Store Japan plushes. The purple collection felt like this. The B collection felt like this. It's just gorgeous. Then she's got a big bushy white tail and her big pink bow on her back, and then she's got a little pink bow on her head, and again embroidered features on her face. Just gonna take this silver tag off because again, they're ugly and I'm keeping the plushes. I don't know why I always say I'm keeping the plushes, because obviously I'm showing them to you. I bought them. Of course I'm keeping them. So these plush said that they were 28, and yeah, just about with her hair, but I worry about the other two because they don't really have that tufty bit of hair at the top, or at least it's not as high as Marie's. Well, I would say she's worth the money, because just like with the keychains, I don't know how I would get them cheaper than what Disney Store UK are charging. I think they're really fair with their Japan Disney Store plush pricing, even fairer than they are with their own plush pricing, I've got to say. And then Toulouse, this is the one that has unfortunately sold out. I'm just going to quickly get his tag off. And here's a side-by-side comparison. So you can tell that the keychain isn't as soft. Their feet aren't placed in the same place. And actually, their shade of ginger is not the same either. So I am really, really glad that I got Toulouse twice. I always believe in buying all 3 kitties together. It's frustrated me in the past that shops like Primark focus on Marie. That's why I'm wearing this Berlioz jumper, because I am just so grateful that Bershka bought out something that wasn't just Marie. But I think Toulouse deserves more love now, because I've got a Marie fleece, a Berlioz jumper, and nothing for Toulouse. But again, he's got embroidered features. He's got this really soft ginger plush, and then a white fluffy belly. He's got a big ginger tufty tail and a little bit of hair on the top, but I don't think there's any way that he's going to come out to 28 centimeters. And then he's got his big blue bow. So if you sit him next to Marie, you can see that her hair goes higher than his. So I think he's more like 26 centimeters, but I would still say he's worth the money for the quality of the plush, the embroidery, the 3D bow, which is actually also really soft as well. And I'm just really, really happy with him. My main guy, it looks like, from this jumper. But here he is next to his keychain. You can see the plush is a lot softer and has a few different textures. I think the only thing that stayed the same is the material that's been used for the bow. So he has a much smaller bow than the other two, because it's kind of more like a scarf tied around his neck, but it's really soft. Not as soft as his body, but my goodness, I could stroke these all day. It's kind of like stroking a real cat, but we know it's not a real cat. And then he's got the white fluffy belly, and then a big grey tail. And again, he's got short hair on his head like Toulouse did. So he's going to come out to about 26 centimeters. And then he's got embroidered features. And even though they were like £84 for the 3 of them, I think they were really well priced at £28, to be honest. Because look how cute they are. I just absolutely adore them. The only problem it has presented to me is that I already have a completely full Aristocats section next to my desk, so I've got to do something. I wish I could put the Robin Hood boxed plush somewhere else, because he does take up an awful lot of space, and it means that the shelf has to be higher to accommodate for that, but I think he's too big to go on top of my shelving, I think. But I will try and have a move around so that I can fit all of these kitties in, because as it's one of my favourite films, I'm not even looking at it from a stance of, oh, shall I part with some of them, because that's absolutely not happening. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did, and comment down below whether you got any, which one you wanted to get if you didn't, which one's your favourite. I can't pick a favourite because I just love them so much, but I'm always so glad when Toulouse and Berlioz are included. I realised that I don't actually think I've ever done a video of my Aristocats collection, so if you'd like to see that, please let me know. I'd be happy to do that. I should probably do the same for my Robin Hood and my Oliver & Company collections, but they are sadly a lot smaller, because out of my 3 favourite movies, the Aristocats definitely gets more merch. But that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and I will see you on Friday for another video. Bye, friends!